Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Flambroiled JK. So, I figured I'd start this one today. Waiting on my coffee to get done. But I figured I'd start this one off with a little bit of a backstory. So, first of all, today I had supposed to go to physical therapy here at 11 o'clock. It is 10:57. I'm not gonna make it. The guess a little cold snap we had kind of killed the battery on the car or whatever. So I'm waiting on someone. That way I can take that battery off and go get me another battery. Have somebody put that on for me. It's just way too heavy to pick up or whatever. But I figured today I would give a little bit of backstory on my whole shoulder. So in May, I think it was May 14th, I believe, while I was at work, I the machine. It's a cutoff machine. So I make steel pipe. Comes in as a flat coil, goes through 7 sets of forming stands, then it has the weld roll box and welds it, and then got trim, and it goes in the sides and stands. Goes through all that process and goes to cut off and a little computer deal. Basically, we put in our orders for how many of whatever length, and it just automatically cuts it. So, running along, everything's going pretty good, whatever. And there was a fuse type circuit inside the control panel. It went bad. And what that did is it caused the cutoff to read to cut but turn off, and it was stuck in the middle. So the die that the pipe goes through in the jaws, it slams forward, all the way forward. And at full force, just go bop, 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 bop. I mean, what probably faster than that, literally. And my job as the operator supervisor is basically what it is, being a supervisor or whatever. But my main concern is make sure everybody's doing everything safely, and then everybody goes home all 10 fingers, 10 toes, all digits attached. So when this die slams forward and starts going berserko, bat crap crazy, I ran up there real fast, and mind you, the ground it's greasy, it's nasty, it's wet. 24/365. Doesn't matter how much you clean it. We got constant coolant running on the ground, like antifreeze or whatever. There's sludge and different oils and crap that's on the pipe. It just constantly runs onto the grating, and the concrete mixed, whatever. So it's already a crap environment for the ground. So anyway, I run up there, I pull the e-stop cable, and when I pulled the e-stop cable, the way it's connected is by turnbuckles. So these turnbuckles, whenever we do changeovers to go different size pipes, we always disconnect it, hang it up, and then we have to reconnect it or the mill won't run. So I guess over time, off and on, off and on, off and on, people turn this way or that way or whatever. When I pulled that cable, it came apart. Well, when it came apart, and I'm pulling back, on the cable, I'm left-handed. So anyway, everything's backwards. Pull the cable, and when I did, it snaps, and I lose my balance or whatever, and I fell backwards and down a level. Well, I threw my arm back, catch myself. Natural reaction. It is what it is. Fell down, landed on my arm. Let me check my coffee. I'll be right back. Let's see. Pop. Not ready yet. So, anyway, where was I? Okay, yeah, fell back, and I got up as quick as I could. I could still hear the machine just going back crap crazy, cutting. So I get up as fast as I can. When I got up, I felt like I was freaking drunk. I mean, that's how I felt, just everything spinning and going blah blah blah, and lights fading in and out or whatever. And it sounds really weird because I didn't hit my head, but it's like everything was like spaghetti inside my arm or whatever. Like the initial fall did not hurt. I guess it's the adrenaline pumping. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's good, because that die has had the tendency to come apart and pieces fly out. But we do have a safety gate, but it's even hit the gate so hard. We got bends and cuts in it and stuff like that. Well, things I don't remember is pushing my welder out of the way, hitting e-stop buttons and stuff and all that good stuff. And the thing is, like, he thought I was playing when I got up because I was bouncing off the walls, bah, bah, bah. But the thing is, I couldn't really see straight. Like I said, I felt like I was drunk. Well, anyway, machine stops. It's dead. It had to cycle itself through and lose all the pressure or whatever. So anyway, everybody comes running over there. You okay? You okay? And I'm just like, no, I'm not okay. I'm not good. Like, it doesn't hurt, but I can't move it. It's just like it didn't exist. Best way I can put it. So, I had this bone right here, and it was like all stuck up or whatever. And I'm like, I think I dislocated it. Some guys came over there and like, yeah, we'll snap, pull that sucker back down and we'll be good to go. I'm like, normally I say, yeah, go ahead, pull it. Let's get this thing relocated, go on about our business. Got a job to do. The more we run, the bigger bonuses we get. I mean, that's just the mentality when you're working for that kind of scale. I mean, you get your hourly scale, and then, of course, when you run over a certain amount, you start getting bonus money. Who don't want bonus money? I do. Flame broiled JK out there, it needs money. Whenever I get paid, it gets paid. That's how it works. So, yeah, I was just like, no, I'm not pulling this sucker. Like, something's not right. So, of course, they, go get the head safety guy, and he's like asking questions, whatever. And I tell him, we get all situated. They take me to urgent care. Urgent care takes me back, and they do some x-rays, and he comes back, he's like, brother, he goes, I'm gonna tell you right now, he goes, I can't touch it. Like, there's some weird I don't know the medical terms, weird dislocations, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I figured it, about that. You can't pop it back in place. He's like, oh no, there's a lot more going on than just a simple dislocation. All right. So, safety man, he takes me over to the emergency hospital. Mind fart on what it is, but anyway, it's their local main hospital or whatever. I want to say it's Trinity or something like that, but they take me back. And they're looking at it. They do an X-ray, and they come back, and they're like, "No, yeah, you're good. Make a little adjustment. You're fine. Whatever. You're gonna be sore. We'll give you some Advil, Tylenol, whatever." I'm just like, no, it's not good. It's not good. Like, I can't move it. Like, no matter how much I think about it, it don't move. It's history. Uh, so anyway, I go back to work and ride out the rest of the day. It's getting pretty late. Shift's almost over. Come back in the next day. Go to the company. We got our own nurse and head safety guy for days or whatever. I talked to them, and so they set me up an appointment with UT Pittsburgh, and so I go out there and they look. They're like, "Yeah, you need an MRI." They're like, "We can tell right now that something's not right." So they schedule me up an MRI. Sorry, I keep looking at that coffee's going. I got percolator. It's going. So a couple days later, get my MRI, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, your shoulder's jacked." I had a 5 centimeter tear, upper and lower, and my bicep tendon actually rolled around to the back, and that was that spaghetti feeling. I guess I had my tendons rolling around, completely out of place or whatever. Well, workman's comp in Texas, they're like, they denied me. Well, it was so much a game of tag. It was crazy. Our workman's comp company is Gallagher Bassett. I'm on my sixth adjuster now, because it was just a game of phone tag. Bam, bam, bam. Like, I couldn't get nothing done. Couldn't get no answers. Nothing like that. Now the head nurse at my job and the head safety guy, great people. They're like, dude, we're on the phone all the time. You know, it's when we find something out, we're gonna let you know something. And then finally, it was weeks later, and now remind you, like, my shoulder's jacked. Like, I can't do nothing with it. But I still have to work because workman's comp is just not doing nothing. So finally, they're like, "Hey, you know, we got somebody or whatever. Good news. We'll get this ball rolling or whatever." Because the doctor said it needed surgery, like ASAP. Because I had 5 centimeters upper and lower, and from what one doctor explained, is like a 2-3 is a big tear, and mine's a 5 upper and lower, not just upper or but both. Like, yeah, I needed surgery like that, you know. So anyway, workman's comp, Gallagher Basket, they decided that they're going to deny my surgery a couple times because I didn't go to physical therapy. Well, both doctors have always said, dude, their physical therapy is not going to help. Like, it's tore. Like, it'll make it worse or whatever. I'll be right back. I got coffee going. All right. I'm back again. Gotta get my coffee. So anyway, they denied my surgery. I don't know how many times. It was a couple, I'm sure. But still, the process is slow. And I'm sorry this video is so long, but there's a whole long story with it. Just bear with me. So I keep going through these adjusters. I'm gonna get to this last one. I think it's my last. It's either the 5th or the 6th one by now. They finally did approve my surgery. But so in August 20th, I had my surgery. So got hurt in May. Surgery didn't happen until August 20th. That's a long time. So I had my surgery August 20th. Went into the doctor, and they're like, "Yeah, we got this, 5 centimeter tear. We'll, pull it back together, pull your tendon around." If we can't get it to come around, we'll have to cut it, relocate it, put it back where it's supposed to be. Not a super huge deal. I'm like, all right, cool, let's do this because I'm ready. And so I went in, had my surgery. They put it all back together, anchored it up. And then, like 3 weeks later, started PT. I got released to drive, started PT, did that for 3 weeks before I went back to work. Well, every time, like when I was at PT, I had good days and I had bad days. I really, really wish I would have documented in video my recovery process during this one because it was absolutely miserable. It sucked. Every day just sucked. The pain was unmanageable. It didn't matter how much meds I took. Like in one of my previous shorts, about the whole belly thing and needing to flow, yeah, it wasn't happening. I was literally 3 minutes away from going back to the ER so they can get a trench digger or a witch ditch, and just open it and get it all out because it sucked. But anyway, this one it's been so much smoother because I knew what to look forward to. I knew proper things to do to help keep myself regulated and make the pain more tolerable because it's going to be there. Not painless, but more tolerable, where I'm not losing my mind and crap. But so yeah, with physical therapy going, there was good days and bad days, like I said, but I noticed at one point, I was like, yeah, I'm doing great, and then all of a sudden, my skin, it felt like sunburn. It felt like sunburn, which I haven't been out in the sun. Just real sensitive. It's on the back side of my arm. So, and I bring it to their attention. Anything and everything that I didn't like, I brought to their attention. And so they sent me to the doctor, and they're like, yeah, you got, you just had the surgery, nerves, starting to come back to life or whatever. They're going to get that sensation or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. It is what it is. Nerves, I mean, it makes sense to me. But then it started like the nerve pain from the back side of my arm started moving around to the front side of my arm. I was having night sweats, running fevers. My sleep was crap. I continued to go therapy, and every time it seemed like I made progress, I ended up losing a little bit in other areas. It's like I could do one movement this way, but then this way, it hurt, so I'd go back to this way or readjust, and things like that. And, trying to do normal movements, it was constantly changing, but the more I did it, the more it hurt. And typical dude, fight through it, Viking. But yeah, no, that's not the way to do it. So I backed off. I didn't know how fast this is supposed to work. I mean, they're telling me 6 weeks and you're good as gold. So, and I'm thinking, man, I'm running behind to myself. I'm running behind, like I need to push myself harder. And then it got to the point to where when I was in therapy, like it started swelling, and I'm just like, this ain't good. It freaking hurts. Like it's no better now than it was after. Like it hurt, and it started swelling like right in here. So I went to the doctor. I told them, I'm like, hey, I said, I understand the nerves and crap, come back to life, but why is it swelling? They're like, well, you're like 4 or 5 weeks in now, and I'm already back at work at this point, and I'm not doing nothing. I'm still, wearing the sling at work because I'm left-handed. I always want to do something, so this keeps me from wanting to reach out or be able to reach out. And so they set me up for a doctor's appointment. I went to the doctor's appointment, and she's like doing some checks, and she's like, "You're shaking like a leaf." I'm like, "Cause it freaking hurts." Like, all right, well, we're gonna set you up for an MRI, because she goes, in my opinion, because they can't do X-rays because the anchors are plastic. She goes, in my opinion, from what I've seen, is anchors pop, whatever, or compartment. That this is what it might be, but we need an MRI to verify. So they had set me up for another MRI, and this MRI, when it came back, he said that I was already back at a 4 centimeter tear. The From the first surgery, there wasn't enough meat. Like, say this is the edge of the tear, the anchors are going like right there, the sides or whatever. So there wasn't enough meat, and doing the physical therapy just kind of, I guess, best way I can explain it is it wasn't enough to hold it, so it was weak, and eventually it 4 centimeter tear, and it started swelling again. So they're like, "Yeah, dude, you need another surgery. We'll get this scheduled as soon as Workman Comps approves it." It was, I don't know, a week or two, and yeah, it was a week and a half, because I went back to work for that 1 week, and my surgery was actually scheduled for a Thursday, and so that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was off of work to get ready and prep for this surgery, which brings me back to where we're at now. So, and I have a bunch of shorts, day by day by day, really of nothing but my daily wake up and either feel good, feel bad. I mean, it is what it is. It happens. But that is where we're at now. So, second surgery. Now with this one, they put and what should have been done the first time, in my opinion, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional, but I was told I should have had the I'm going to say augmentation, bio patch deal on the top already, and then anchored that into, because it was such a big tear. That might have actually prevented this second surgery, in my opinion. But it is what it is. I guess they thought, maybe I will go be a desk clerk or something and not use it, and it'll be okay. But that's not the case. I'm a steel worker by trade, been a steel worker my whole life. I don't know how to sit down and be calm or do nothing. Like, I got to be doing something, super high strung. Well, anyway, yeah, so it came apart. Now I have the patch on there. It's anchored in. But the downside is I no longer have the tendons in the bottom part of my arm, because they are gone, destroyed, history, finito. I don't know how many different languages I could put it in. There's nothing there anymore, but they had to put in a space balloon. And I've been trying to do a little bit of research on these, but everything I find is a little bit older. One doctor is saying, "Oh, it's promising, it gives you 3 to 6 months." 3 to 6 months. I mean, what's the point? But my doctor, he told me, basically, he goes, you get about 10 years out of them. If you're a good boy or a good girl, you put this balloon in, be easy, be gentle, take care of it. You can get up to like 10 years out of them. I'm a steel worker. I don't do this. Like, I'm pulling and jerking and lifting and just wrenching. That's just my job. And then I got old Flambeau out there, the Jeep. Anybody who watches this that Those Jeeps, they're not indestructible. They break. You have to work on them. You want to upgrade them. Lots of wrenching, lots of lifting, pulling, wrenching, turning, all kinds of movements. So the doctor told me, he said I could get up to 10 years. He's like, probably see you in 5, 6 years. Just because of work and my hobbies. Uh, so this is the last mobile surgery that I can have. The next one is a complete reversal or total replacement. Strike three. That's it. There's nothing left after that. Um, so I'm taking this one very, very, very seriously. Um, like the only time my arm comes out is to shower. Um, per doc, the only thing I'm allowed to do is hang my arm and do pendulums, like, let it roll around just to keep where it doesn't get frozen shoulder or whatever. And that's all I'm doing with this arm here. I got some silly putty type stuff over there that, I work with my hands and my wrist, keep here to the elbow good or whatever. But yeah, that's all I'm doing. My next surgery is not a if, but a when. And it really all depends on how my life goes. Like I will try to avoid excessive work, but I mean, what can I do? I have to do my job. Yes, there's things I can do at my job to lighten my load of wrenching. Um, I got a pretty good decent group of guys at my job. Uh, they're able to learn. I hope. I'm sure they are. But uh, that will give me a little bit of time. I do have some good friends that are mechanically inclined that can help me with the heavier lifting on my Jeep, things that I need to do and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a little backstory of this and my shoulder and everything. Um, like, if you have any questions or you're fixing to have surgery, um, or have had a bad workman's comp experience, and I know there's been several people, get a lawyer, get a lawyer, get a lawyer, and true, like I've talked to them, I have, and in Texas, they're pretty much able to do whatever the hell they want. I mean, oh yeah, they denied it because I could go to physical therapy first. That's one of their little clauses. So it's just so many loopholes that they get to go through and all this good stuff. So um, if there's any questions that you have about a shoulder surgery that you're fixing to have or you're in one now, uh, yeah, please like and subscribe. If you know anybody that's fixing to or is in a recovery part of the shoulder surgery and they're having issues or problems, yeah, feel free to comment, send them to me or whatever. Uh, I'm not getting paid for none of this. This is just all on my own time or whatever. But I would love to talk to anybody that has either had, that knows anything, because I don't know everything. I research what I can. I look at what I can. Um, I've been told by more professional people in the uppers that have been through the situation before. I know laws change all the time and stuff like that, but as far as fixing to have surgery, I would love to talk to people, share thoughts, opinions, facts, whatever. Mine's wide open. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, a lot of things I wish I could do, and I guess I am going to partake in my coffee. And yeah, please like and subscribe. These videos are unedited. Like, I ain't got time for that. I don't have the patience. I don't really have the knowledge for it. But yeah, sorry it's so long. Like, subscribe, drop some comments, whatever. Let me know thoughts and opinions. Tell me stories, whatever. I'm open. Phone's on. When I do make it to physical therapy tomorrow, after I get my battery, we'll see how that goes, and I'll be back on, probably drop another short. But yeah, just check those out, daily vlogs, whatever. Yeah, enjoy your day. Take care of your body. Flame Bro JK. I'm out of here.